Okay. So I hope I painted the picture. This is only a small piece, and we throw in the financial abuse and the financial uncertainty. There's, and most in our studies of people that have been on love fraud, almost everybody endorses all categories of abuse. And if you've had one, you're likely to have had more than one. So, but I think the psychological abuse is the most underappreciated. Most people think of, if I put you down and denigrate you, most people recognize that as psychological abuse, but there's a lot more to psychological aggression than just that. So within the context of that, then, and how this victimization can change perceptions, then that gets me to discuss then the benefits of mindfulness practice and how to start putting those benefits to work in your life. So the goals of mindfulness practice is number one, decentering. And I'm going to explain that in full next time, but I'll just say that decentering is the ability to look at your thoughts as just thoughts in your mind, and to realize that those thoughts you have and those perceptions you have are not necessarily facts about the world. They are thoughts. And that's decentering. And we'll go more into it. There's more to it than that, but that's the main main piece. So increased self-awareness, perceptual awareness, bodily awareness. Years of abuse and trauma causes people to be cut off from the physical sensations of their body. And so part of healing and recovery is getting back in touch with those sensations again. Awareness of thoughts and awareness of emotions. Because in that automatic pilot, we may be reacting to thoughts and emotions without really being fully aware of what they are. Use of various strategies. So again, there are practices that I'm going to teach you that will help you distract and disengage from unwanted emotional states. A more accurate perception of reality, uninfluenced by overwhelming thoughts and emotions. So relaxation and stress reduction. So when I lead these practices here on campus, and I ask the participants afterward, how was that for you? Everybody says, oh, I'm so relaxed. So that may happen and it may not happen. Relaxation is not the main goal of mindfulness practice. It can be, and there are some mindfulness practices that are meant to produce relaxation. But for instance, that 3-minute breathing space is not meant to produce relaxation. It's meant to plug you into what's going on around you and inside you in that moment. And that may not be relaxing, right? If you've just had a tough day, then plugging into that tough day probably wouldn't be relaxing. It would get you in touch with, but then it might be important to be in touch with that discomfort. So increased concentration and persistence, mentalization, which is interpersonal awareness. So I'm hoping that mindfulness practice will help really see through manipulation and lying and conning, mentalization. And then a friend of mine added number 12 to my list. I made this list about maybe a year ago. A permeating sense of peace and calm that comes from accepting what is and no longer fighting reality. So we're going to like in this next 4 weeks, we're going to go heavily into number 12. We'll talk about reality acceptance.